Hi, and warm greetings to you wherever you are watching us from across the globe. My guest today is an esteemed individual who is passionate about integral missions and has vast theological training in that field. He's professionally certified with several professional bodies in Nigeria and outside the country, like Certified Enterprise Risk Manager, Fellow Institute of Management Consultants, Certified Management Consultant, to mention a few. My guest had also served as Chief Executive of Christian Rural and Urban Development Association of Nigeria, CRUDA, Rural Development Counselors of Christian Churches in Africa, RUCON, and as a program consultant with World Renew USA in Sierra Leone. He holds a BSc Honors Agricultural Economics from the University of Ibadan, a postgraduate diploma in Agricultural Development from the University of London, and an MSc in Development Training and Education, University of Wolverhampton, UK, among other certificates. He's currently a student of Theological Seminary Ibaja, where he's studying for a Master's and Arts degree in Organizational Leadership. As a Christian development professional with over 30 years experience in senior management position, he has a very rich leadership experience in development management, integral missions, and organizational development. He is very passionate to see the Nigerian church and missions movement re-engineered for broad-based impact locally and globally as agents of community transformation. He has carried out over 100 assignments nationally and internationally on strategic planning, project program evaluation, research and institutional assessment. He has a vast facilitation experience across Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Niger, Ghana, Cameroon, Liberia, Gambia, Kenya, and the UK on development management, integral missions, and organizational development. He has served and is still serving as a member of board of directors and trustees of several non-profit organizations and has several published works. He's a missionary, preacher, evangelist, and a Christian educator. He's married to Christy and they are blessed with 3 adult children. Please join me to welcome Mr. Andrew Gwaivangmin, the current Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Evangelical Missions Association, NEMA, based in Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, to kick off our discussion, sir, can you just tell us a little bit more about your background?
Right. Thank you, Jim, for the privilege to be part of this interview and discussions. Um, I was born some 63 years ago here in Plateau State in a village called Tutum, kind of local government areas of Plateau State. Um I grew up typically in a rural area, and I schooled in several rural places. You know, my father was an evangelist, eventually a minister of the Church of Christ in Nigeria. Before he passed on, he actually retired and passed on last year. So I grew up in a Christian home, and I accepted Christ at a very early age. I could still remember when I was 10 years, I stood up to accept Christ as my Lord and Savior. So it's been on since then. And growing up with our parents, you know, we're typically missionary kids. So wherever they went, we're there with them. And so we have experienced quite some cross-cultural lifestyles
Mm.
along the years. So I would say that had helped me to be more accommodating with almost every tribe and people I work with. I My Christian life has been that of, well, up and down. There's no, would I say, that uh, serious change in my lifestyle growing up with my parents. We were really cultured to live like children of a minister. And you know what it means if you have a father who is disciplined, You would want to act the way you can please him and please our parents, please our mother as well. So it hasn't been as eventful in terms of saying you went wayward and all of those things. It's not been for some of us. It's been for one or two of our other younger ones, but for those of us that were the top five, my father had 8 children, so the top five of us were really nurtured in a way we all behaved properly. I went to school again in Dengi, where I finished my secondary school before going to the educational institution you earlier mentioned. So it's been a life of challenge, a life of excitement, and a life of discovery for me in many ways. For instance, when I finished my secondary school, I decided I wasn't going to school, university here in the north. I opted to go to Ibadan because I just wanted to be out of this environment. And it paid off for me because it helped me to see another culture that is different from the north. And so it broadened my horizon, it aided my understanding of what people are, what education is about, and all of those things. As a Christian, in the secondary school, I have been an active FCS member, as it were. I was actually the secretary of FCS in my secondary school. So that took me up to university. I have been an active member of ICVU in Ibadan, although I wasn't an official at all through, probably because of the newness of the place. Uh, I was an active member, but kind of in the background, actively involved in almost everything, but wasn't in any way close to leadership of other things. But I found that very fulfilling and very rewarding for me. It took me from the north right to the southwest, and the lifestyle is different, completely different, and many things that I thought I knew here as a Christian, I found a different lifestyle there. For instance, one of the things that shocked me was when I saw a wedding with a woman that was pregnant and in the church. And being a cocktail boy, cocktail boy, I was shocked to my mother. I said, "What? Getting married with a pregnant woman?" Before I was later, it was explained to me that, well, this is the culture. I mean, I couldn't just, even then, even when it was explained, I still wasn't comfortable because of the way I was brought up here. You know, in cocaine is very strict. You couldn't be married if a woman is pregnant with you in church. They will actually say, just go, be man and wife. When you're ready, we'll solemnize and bless the marriage. So those were some of the few things that I discovered in Ibadan where I was schooling. Uh, in terms of my Christian life in the workplace, because of the foundation I have at home, I was able at an early stage to say no to certain things that I would do as I work. One of the things we're told to take note of is the issue of excellence, the issue of integrity, the issue of accountability. And I think that had helped me, even in the leadership positions that I have held, in order to be able to stand my grounds as a leader and take decisions that will help the person, people I'm leading, understand why I took those decisions. And if there is something I will say no, I will say no to it. And people should understand, or I will explain why I'm saying no to certain decisions I take. But I'm a person who wants to be fair to everybody. I want to see that everybody gets his dues. I hate people being oppressed. And I have that tendency. I don't know if you know Karl Marx. I had that tendency of that years ago, but I think Christ has helped me to be able to manage that within the context of Christianity.
Thank you for joining us in today's episode of Verity Talks. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. See you again on the next episode of VerityTalks. Thank you and God bless.